you tell us about Chris Bassitt?
I don't know, what's out there?
That he's on a non-injury injured list.
So what do you think that means?
I can surmise.
Okay. What else? It's society in general. I mean, we have people in all walks of life that have to deal with it, so why should we be any different? It's part of it. As soon as we found out that it could be progressing that way, we made sure that Pete was aware, and he was in here yesterday with Jeremy and getting ready, and it's a normal rest. And it's funny, he came up to me today, so I need to talk to him, like, tell me he just got the phone call, because one of y'all would have been pitching tonight. Looks like he may leave after the game. We'll see. If he needs to, that's fully supportive. He needs to go. What was your question?
When did you find out about Chris, and when were you able to tell Dave that he started?
A day and a half ago, something like that. We knew that it could be headed that way. I know Houston, there's so many things going on behind the scenes. If I handicapped them every day, I know Houston had to stay here a while. They had some things going on before they got on the plane about who to leave here. It's going on all over baseball for that, but it's going all over society and life in general. So, actually, if we probably did the math, I think we're probably ahead of the curve in a lot of ways. I was looking at the teams, who's had the most cases and who've had the least. It's kind of interesting. But we've done everything we can do. We're prepared if he gets a phone call. We have to be, like 10 minutes from now. So, and there'll be another curveball around the corner, I'm sure.
All right, Tony?
How did Jacob come out of his live debut the other day?
Good, real good. He's ready to make his next progression.
Which is?
Next progression. I think we'll be able to address that here shortly. Not today, but I know what the plans are. He's continuing to fall on every mark that we have for him. So, hey, I know what it is, but not for some reason, I know the reason. It's a good reason. Just trying to stay on each day as it comes and not try to get ahead of ourselves. But, he will continue to be in Port St. Lucie area for a while.
I think the last you and Billy discussed, we're going to say tomorrow we'll have a little more detail.
So tomorrow we'll have a little more detail about what's going on.
I'll be here.
I hope I am. We'll see how it progresses. But we're happy about his progress. So far, so good. He's met every benchmark, so to speak.
Do you, I know you, like you said, take this one day at a time, but do you allow yourself to take a step back and enjoy the fact that you're getting Max back now? Jake seems like he's coming along and not too far behind.
Yeah, we've been there for a while, but it's like I've said many times. I think in here, you plug one hole, another one. Bassitt, we're not sure when we'll get him back. 5, could be 10, could be more than that. I mean, I don't know. We've been without Jeremy Barnes for 4 or 5 days now. So there's a lot of things that are going on that doesn't get the constant attention, because if I walked you through the day, every day of the things that, was it, be careful about telling truths that hurt innocent people. You have to follow that creed. And my job, one of the many descriptions is you wear it. You just wear it, because it's the right thing to do.
Eddie?
Like, I think Max pitched Wednesday, and which would put him on line for Monday, but he's going Tuesday. Is that just cautionary? Just
one extra day, give him the benefit of some time in between. And if you look at the time frame of this injury over the course of a lot of history, that you look at other people with this injury and what's the usual timeline, he's met all the criteria now, and I think give him that extra day. It's not going to affect the number of starts he makes before the All-Star break. He's going to have the same number of starts whether he pitches Monday, Tuesday, or whenever. So we've got it kind of slotted out. you got to be careful about making your plans. Every time I go too far down in that calendar, I have to get the white out. So I try not to. I mean, we got it through the All-Star break and beyond, but a lot of that's just wishful thinking. I look back at it and I realize you're kidding yourself if you think you can predict, because all of a sudden Bassitt has an issue. Talked to him yesterday. He's obviously frustrated, but it's what it is.
Pat?
Trevor May said that he's getting back on the mound tomorrow for the first time.
Yeah, big move, big deal. I'm sorry, your question?
No, that's what I was.
Yeah, I've said it many times. You know, he's a big part of a piece of our bullpen. We really love the idea of getting him back, and he got the clean bill of health from the imaging, which tells you that it's healed, and now he can start his progression. And you know, talking to the guys about in a perfect world where that would fall, it's very encouraging. You know, his potential return to us. That, you know, provided he doesn't have any setbacks, it should move pretty quickly. Very much like Travis Jankowski, he's coming pretty quickly now.
Tisha?
Just how important is it for you to have Max, obviously your best on-paper starter, be available and lined up for you to pitch in Atlanta a couple weeks from now?
Yeah, I think I refer back to what I just said. If I get too far ahead, and you know, I don't really, you know, moving guys around for certain teams. You know, that's something that the playoffs are. I found through the years that'll burn you. You got to be careful. You know, we're gonna give him the rest that this injury might need, but also try to stay on some form of schedule for him. He doesn't need to be jumping all over the place and trying to meet certain teams. I think you'll see him stay on a pretty consistent schedule until the All-Star break to make sure we got him healthy, hopefully after, 3 starts before we go into the break. So, where they fall will be kind of dictated by how he feels after each one. We've got it kind of scheduled out now, but I'll bet you it changes. So I know where the schedule falls, but there's also some very important games before that we have to give the respect that they're due.
Okay, last question.
Offensively, obviously, you guys hit a little bit of a skid. Obviously, that's a lot of individual players, but is there anything as a team that you can pinpoint that might be responsible for that? Or
Well, it'd be easy just to say we face some really good pitching, especially with Houston, which is a fact. But, you got to beat the good ones along the way, too, which we have done a lot. Some people might say it was hard to keep up that pace, but our guys don't look at it that way, and you don't dwell on them too long. I was talking to Shabby, and we had a little coaching staff get together today like we do ever so often. And is there pinpointing 1 or 2 things that we're doing differently? I'm gonna lean on the pitching we're facing, but I think there's some things privately that we've talked about being better at that we have been good at, and we try not to get away from the things that have made us, a good offensive team. So without getting into details, some things that we talk about that we need to either get back to or be better at.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
You had one? You got cut off. Did you have a good one? This means if you're afterwards, if it's one I go, ooh, I don't want to answer that, I get to pass, right?
Well, you mentioned it. Where is Jankowski?
I get to pass. No, he's good. He's swinging a bat, starting to swing a bat, not having, we're just different degrees of soreness after he swings a bat, whether it be a fungo, whether it be off the tee, off a little live hitting from a short distance where there's not a whole lot of velocity. I haven't read today's upgrade on him. You guys know R.J. Alvarez here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting R.J. Alvarez questions. DeGrom, R.J. Alvarez. So, yeah, he's doing well. He's, I don't know. I can go find out now if it's big, and he can pass it along.
Well, he had mentioned that he had to ramp up.
Pardon?
He had mentioned he had to ramp up and then potentially if everything went well, eyeing a rehab assignment next week, possibly.
That's true. We're hoping, but that's the type of thing that gets real sore. We had it happen with Mac a little bit where, you had to take some precaution because it'll tell him if he's moving too fast. It'll bite him a couple of times, but they're all, I can't think of anybody that we feel like's not in a good place in the rehab. Trevor May that's really good news we didn't know what that imaging was going to show, but that it's healed all the way. And we can start getting on the mound and throwing. That's, be good to get Trevor back in our pen.
Good. All right. BP is open.
Is it ever closed?
Nope.